Hello everyone, Exhibition Cadet Sabir Shah here, and today my topic of speech is apart from aviation. It's about the recent terrorist attack in Indian occupied Kashmir. Everyone knows now Pehalgam attack, where allegedly 28 tourists had been killed by the terrorists. So straight away Pakistan was blamed, and because it is related to Pakistan Air Force as well, and somehow because we are the ones who are going to retaliate against any Indian aggression on Pakistani soil like we did back in 2019 February 27th. So Operation Swift Retort, if someone is forgetting, recall it. Just yesterday we have made the hurrah failed again, and they couldn't enter our airspace. They can never do that, because once they do that, they're going to face the consequences. So far, the evidence India has provided through their media, which is Godi media. They call it Godi media. Modi is the name of the prime minister, and Godi and Modi, they rhyme. Godi means the lap setters. So those journalists, those anchors, those media persons who speak his narrative, they are called as Godi media. So I will just discuss about their evidence which they have presented so far. Yesterday there was another press conference of DGISPR, the Inter-Services Public Relations Department, the Director General of that one, along with the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mr. Ishaq Dar, and the Defense Secretary. So they conducted a website, very thorough website. You can also a press conference. You can go and see that. That's in English too. In that press conference, they showed the zipline evidence which is provided by India that this is happening. So today's video is totally about the zipline video and all the videos that have been surfaced on Indian media channels. I'm not talking about the social media, because there are a lot of people who have faked a lot of videos and they had dubbed. By the way, these two videos which they have shown are also dubbed. I will give a proof in a moment. They are dubbed. There's a voiceover on that, and we'll talk about the videos later. So the only evidence provided by the Indian media about this incident, first of all, the condolences to anyone who has actually died in that incident because of the terrorist attack. So my condolences to them. But if there was a local dispute, or on tourist places, many people, they go with the women, females, and sometimes the conflicts do happen. I have a point about that as well. We'll talk about that later, because we haven't seen any dead bodies yet, so we don't know how many people have actually died. It's only the Indian media which is projecting these many people have been dead. And again, condolences to the actual dead people if they were attacked by the terrorists. If it was a local conflict, even then the condolences. I mean, nothing is excused to take a life of any human being. So let's continue to the video one. I'm not going to show the whole video. I'm just going to start from point to point, and for that I'm using my other phone. Once I edit the video, you'll be seeing that in the background. So let's go to video number one, the zipline video. Okay, so in order to know the location of this site, okay, and to know where the sun is, where the north is, east is, so I checked many videos previously posted on Facebook, Instagram, and through my experience, my observation, the position of the sun at that time, the shadows casted on the ground, and the actual scenic spots, like there are many gazebos over there. There was a tall gate type of building. I think that's the entrance. So this zip line is running from south to north, and the sun is on either sides. So this incident happened at about 1350 as by the zipline video maker. By the way, he's having fun of his life. I mean, wow! I've never seen that person that excited. Well, it's his right to be extra excited because these are adventure. Almost a very small guy. He's having fun of his life throughout the video. But he had an interview later on, so that interview was on the courtesy given in below on the Indian media news channel, on the electronic media, the TV, and they showed his 8-minute interview. I'm not going to post the whole interview, and I'm going to put his video and his interview side by side, and then we first discuss about that thing. Because my theory is that that video was not made at the time of the incident. That was probably made the next day. So I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. I give the benefit of doubt to myself, to my listeners as well. So I could be wrong. But according to which proofs I would present, you would know that this video was not made on the same day. It was not on the same time. So the first evidence I want to give here is that the video was not made on the same day is the guy who was saying Allahu Akbar at his back.
Allahu Akbar. पैर लंबा करो.
This guy gets on the zip line. Now, let me tell you about the zip line. We did one in China, zip line that was over 3,000 feet of canyon, and was about half a kilometer long, about more than half a kilometer, about 500 to 700 meters long. I didn't get on that one. My daughter went on that one, and that was a scene to see. It's beautiful, amazing, greenery around, and then you have the depths under you, and you were zipping on that line. And second one we did in Pakistan in I can't say the name of the place at the moment, very remote place, which is assigned for certain people who can only go there and if they're part of that institution, they can go and enjoy. So we did over there. And the equipment used for that one, no matter where the zip line is that you have pants kind of harnesses. Pants kind of that you put your 2 feet into those harnesses. Those who don't know about zip lines, I mean, I'm just trying to give an extra piece of information through my own experience. You get into those harnesses and they are tied on your waist, and then there is a hook that goes into the waist belt, and then it's secured on the zip line itself. So then your weight comes in, and you are, because of the gravity, you are pulled down. So once you are on a roll, there's no way that this could break. It's 99.9% secure. Again, it's a mechanical thing. It's a thing. It could malfunction any time. Could have, the corroded piece of metal, and that could, I guess, the friction could break. But what I'm saying is 99.9% safe. To get out of that one, to get into that one is a struggle, and to get out of that one is also a big, huge struggle, because it takes time. It takes about a minute to get into that equipment, and almost the same time to get out of that equipment. At least a minute. If you are not flash, that's just that time. Now, why I'm saying this one, because this guy's statement and his interview later on is full of lies. He's telling a lie.
मेरी वाइफ और लड़का नीचे चिल्ला रहे थे. मैं थोड़ा नजदीक पहुंचा. मैं बेल्ट खोल के कूद गया. कूद के मेरी वाइफ और मेरे लड़के को लेके वहां से तुरंत भागने लगा.
So first thing, what I claim that this video was not made on the same day. There's another video of a girl who is being on a zip line, and the same guy at his back, the bearded guy with different clothes, is being shown, and he's saying that this is his first day. And the video was posted on April 23rd, one day after the incident. And this family is claiming that they were there after the incident. I mean, that site was open. And that guy was still there. And he is saying it's his first day to be here. He has never come here before. Listen to that.
आज ही आया वरना नहीं आता था आज ही आया इसलिए इतने मजे कर रहा है चलो चलो जल्दी आओ बैठ जाओ फिर आगे
So, as you heard that he said that it's my first day here, and that video is on April 23rd. So that means this guy was there on that day, from that day only, one day after the incident. Okay, this proves very clearly. Now, could that video be older and posted on April 23rd? Well, the family is claiming the otherwise. That area would have been evacuated, right? But it means that area is still open to public. And it's not calling off, nothing. So the normal routines are still going on. So I will leave that up to you to decide. Now the guy, again, the guy who said Allahu Akbar, and we can hear a shot there. The first shot. And that's done. And then during this guy's zipline movements, those gunshots are dubbed. Because the camera catches the sudden sounds, no matter what. I'm using the shitty Android camera to record this session, and my family is talking outside in the living room, and it could be caught. And when I am under these kind of adventurous rides, I've been on a roller coaster. Okay, then shoes. I hold the phone very tight. Oh, I'm fine, let's see. And evidence. I've been on, those dropping down quicker, those kind of rides. So the camera can get the louder voices clearer than the voice being closer to the camera. Suppose he's on the zip line, and the zip line is a constant voice sound coming in because it's being dragged against it. Anything louder than the frequency of the zip line's friction would be heard very clearly. Okay, so the gunshots should have been louder. So those who edited the video, I request them to do it again and put bigger gunshots, or put a guy on the zip line again and do the real shootings and then record that sound. Okay, so that's my suggestion to those guys. Yeah, let's move on. So the guy is moving from south to north on the zip line, which ends up in the trees ahead, and the whole length of this zip line is about 40 to 45 seconds, depending on the weight of the person, depending on the winds. That's how zip lines move. If you're lighter, you would travel slower. If you're heavier, you would go like a flash. The limit normally on that is 70 to 80 kilos of a person on a zip line. Heavier than them, they don't, because they won't be able to stop, because where the zip line goes and stops, your legs go up in the air, because that's a sudden stop of movement, and that's inertia. So you get out of your body wants to keep traveling, but the zip line has been stopped. So this is a very normal thing, and really that's also the fun, the landing part as well. So this guy, from his video, the 14th second he takes off, when the guy says "Paisi de karlo," means get your feet straight, and then this guy goes "ooh," and the guy at the back who said "Allahu Akbar," he says "ee." Woo! That was a reply. If you go and watch and see that one, it's a kind of fun, local fun thing. Now the guy is moving, he's looking around, and the Indian media projected, oh, there's a guy going there and he fell off. Clearly he slipped, because he is running on a slope going down, and once you are running on a slope going down, right, when you slip, of course you fall back, and he's running because the most scary thing is running after him. I think that was his wife, the one in the red clothes. And these are normal strides. These are not panic runnings, one thing. Second thing is that the girl running at his back is also wearing a dress, and she's running, and there's another guy on the left side who's also running, and like there's a cluster of people at the bottom, and I asked Grok to count the people, the number of people in that cluster. You can go to Twitter's Grok, thank you Elon Musk, and you can just give the picture, take a screenshot, give the picture to Grok and ask him to count the people on that, and he will give you a rough estimated amount. So there are 12 people sitting in that cluster, and there are two balloon sort of thingies, which are actually, there's a door in that, and you enter that one that rolls. Two balloons and at a distance, and then I think there's a bungee jumping, bigger bungee jumping rod like this, like a V shape, and I think the bungee jumping platform is there. There's a smaller bungee jumping at the back, and so there are at least two bungee, not the bungee, the trampolines. The trampolines are there. There's a bigger trampoline, and the zip line goes side by side to that one and ends up in the trees, two trees over there, which in another video I've seen, the whole 36-second, that guy was a little heavier than this sushi jat, his thing. So now this guy is on his fun of his life, and he's booing and shouting and yelling, and his face is glittering, and the sun is really shining because the helmet is giving the reflection of the sun. That's how I detected where the sun is, and with the shadows I counted, okay, if this is 1350 of the daytime, then the sun should be towards west. So if the sun is towards west, the shadow is facing towards the eastern side. Now if the shadow is facing towards the eastern side, then we can figure out where east is, where west is, unless it's a mirror image. Now the guy is wearing the watch on the right hand. Normally the guys wear the watches on the left hand. So I don't know. Well, he's a different guy who wears the watches on the right hand. That thing made me think for a while that maybe it's a mirror image. But later on, when I see the other videos, the location of the tree and the location of the entrance where you actually start the ziplining tour, it's not a mirror image. So the guy is weird. He's wearing the watch on the right hand. But anyhow, he goes on, he moves on. Now, if you go to his interview, and he has claimed that for first 20 seconds, he had no idea what happened. And then he heard a few shots, okay. And then he realized that people are dying. Now, on a zip line, with this kind of fun, I don't think so that she has that much power of observation to see, because if you see in any other videos, go to Facebook and just write on Pehalgam zipline videos, and you would see tons of tourists have posted their videos. In every video you will see people running around, people, and even one of the guy who actually edited his old video and he dubbed these voices on that one, and that looked real. But people are running in all the videos. This is a tourist spot. Okay, people do weird stuff over there. So that's not the evidence of that this attack was being happened at that time. I'm just saying. So now this guy is moving on the zip line, and he had no idea what was going around him. Now, after exactly 34 seconds of his ride, because his last few moments are not there, his interview, he says that, oh, I unzipped myself, I got out of those clothes and those harnesses, I jumped off, carried my wife and the son, who already had the interview, but according to his, they were on the other, but you can't see the end of the zip line, by the way, and wearing those big glasses and being so excited on this zip line, I don't think so that he was able to see anything around him. He was just mesmerized into that environment. I'm telling you personal experiences, well, and people like this who have never been to these kind of places definitely would have extra happiness and joyness in them. And proves at the very end of the video where his wife calls him. I slowed it down, the video, and couldn't hear what's in, but I could hear Bhat, which is his surname, I think, Bhatti, but Sush something. And the landing place is at his back, and wife is calling someone from the southern side, from where the zip line is coming. And there's a track, there's a protection track, there are fences around the landing area so that the people don't come in and get hit by the zip line, which was not there last year, but this year they have placed it over there. And we can clearly see that he was about to land, about to reach at the landing spot, where his wife is calling from the, hey, idhar. This I could hear clearly, means we are here. No panic was involved because she called him 3 times. First time he called, he said, hey. He was trying to figure out where the voice is coming, which was definitely from the side he was coming from. And then second time when it was called, then he went, then, hey, and the wife says, here. So they were over there. That's one thing that he cannot, in last 7 to 8 seconds, there's no way, as he claimed in the regulator, that he got out of the harnesses and he unlocked himself from the zip line. Impossible, because your weight is the guarantee to your zip line, and you cannot go against the gravity while moving in a straight line. That's against the laws of physics. The force you need to pull is enough to pick up a building, to step. There's a guy's video on, like Mario, he jumps twice, right? In order to achieve that, jumping twice by human beings, how much force we need. Go and check that guy's video. I will post his description box, the link in the description box. A beautiful video. I mean, it's all about scientific guys who are scientific geeks. They can watch it. So he was lying over there. So, nutshell, his travel from south to north on this, in the things we saw, there was no panic on the ground whatsoever. I slowed the video down to about minus 16x and watched bit by bit, zoomed every single person individually and see their movements. If there's a kind of panic situation you could see, no. Now, we will stop for the first video over here. And his interview, I will continue. His interview, he said one more thing, and this was alarming. He said when the army came in within 18 minutes, so first fire and his phone call to his father, his brother, and then the second call when the army actually came, it took 18 minutes. So 1850, around 1350 this happened. So 18 minutes, that means 1408. So, or like given the advantage of like taking harnesses off and getting the family into the quarter, and so yeah, that times matches like by 1420, 2:20 p.m. everything was over. Now, I'm just saying that this statement matches. Now, the army came and people were scared for being, getting into the custody of army, with the protection of army, because the shooters were wearing army clothes.
जितने डरे हुए थे उससे बहुत अच्छी तरह उन लोगों ने हमको संभाला कि हम आपको कुछ नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि जो आर्मी में बंदा था अंदर गोलियां मार रहा था, तो काफी सारी औरतें हैं ना, उन लोगों को देख के भी डर गई कि ये आर्मी वाले नहीं है. तो पहले
They were in a military uniform. That's why they disappeared. No one can find them because they were Indians. And the crowd did not want to go in. They had to make them believe that no, we are not the terrorists, we are the people of Indian army. This is alarming. I mean, they were wearing the uniform, and then he said that my wife gave a testimony that he was wearing Patanic attire. What the heck is Patanic attire? We're just talking about Talibans, like the Afghan Talibans, those in the government now. You are conducting a terrorist attack and you want to disappear in that area, and you will wear that pulla on your head and the white robe, yeah? Pranam Mataji. So that's a made-up thing, Patanic clothes. The guys were in armies. So third point to that, why were they wearing army clothes? Not why they were wearing. How can you say they were wearing? If you see another little girl who's saying that, oh, I was eating bhelpuri. Bhelpuri is that, by the way, the pani puri, very yummy delicacy of local area. Even in India, Pakistan is very famous. She was eating bel puri, and there's another woman in the red clothes, and her husband is lying next to the gate, naked. He's wearing the camouflage shirt on top, and he's naked. He's wearing a black underwear, and you can see a big tattoo on his leg. Big tattoo. I think it looks like eagle to me. It can't be a bruise. Why would there be a bruise? Because if you're being shot, and that guy in one sneaker, joggers, was off, and one he was wearing. So this, I don't know who that guy was, and why was he butt naked? I mean, you're being shot. Why would you take your pants off? Or who would do that? Unless some of the people, he did something nasty to someone's family, and then he was being punished for that. That sounds possible, and that's why they took the pants off. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. You tell me, why would your pants be totally off and your one shoe off, and you're wearing a military uniform with joggers under? That also, because that area is very mountainous and terrain is not suitable for big DMS, military tattoos for probably. So the guys were wearing army jackets, those who attacked, one thing for sure, and that's why they disappeared, because they were from Indian army. Now this is my accusation. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. Video 1 done. Video 2. Video 2 is made from the eastern end. Now, if I'm wrong with the mirror image, so you can just go through, change east to west or change west to east. So because I don't know the location, I haven't checked on Google yet. So I'm just, whatever I see through the videos of the other people, I have made this assumption that where the sun would have been, and that should be the western part. So the video is made from northwestern part, and in the video, second video, you could see on the, okay, let's talk about the video. Okay, on the left hand side, the origin of the zip line, and the origin of the zip line is towards the left side, and the zip line is going towards the right side, and you will see those two balls over there as well. They're still there, and the V-shaped trampoline is there, and the cluster of people there. Now I checked that cluster of people, and again I asked Grove to tell me the count of the people in that cluster. It was about 23. The previous one, the zipline guys video, 12 people in that cluster. This one, 23. Now the shots fired during this video and the yelling is even higher than the zipline guys video. So that's also a dubbing. Why it's a dubbing? Because this video with the same background has two different voiceovers. One is sent on the electronic media, and the guy's talking in Pahari language, in Pakistani, Kashmiri Pahari language. So Umrah, Julana means Omar, Mr. Omar, let's go. And he says, look at them. That second thing I couldn't get it. He said, Bihariyan ko marda ya Garariyan ko jullin, which is Bihari is a province in Bengal, and in India, Bengal, and there are no Biharis there. Gararis are these, the police. So this I couldn't get, but they're talking in Pothohari Pahari Kashmiri, which is not the local language of the Indian occupied Kashmir. They don't speak it over there. It's spoken only in the Pakistani side of the Kashmir, which doesn't mean that these guys were from Pakistan, because these are the people who made the video and sent it on social media, or it's been sent by the Indian electronic media too. So if these guys were in any relationship with Pakistan, they would have caught them right away, but this was a voiceover. Because in another video, the same background, same video, almost similar kind of voices coming out, but here, these guys are speaking in Hindi. So these two videos of the similar incident made from the same camera, with the horizontal camera, have two different voices. That means either one of them is dubbed. So that was the point. Now, if you see this video, that's also the initial start of the thing. So that means that, because the testimony of the guy who was on the zipline, he said that after we said Allah Akbar, the firing started, and that took at least 50 seconds for him to reach to the end of the zipline. And in this video, is claimed that this is also the beginning of the incident, but throughout the whole video, I slowed it down, I zoomed it in, I used many other applications to find the zip line. It found the zip line. There was no one on the zip line. If you go to the landing, you can see the landing spot on the right side of the video, behind the trampolines, next to the trampolines, behind the trampolines, you could see the landing spot. You won't see anyone over there. And once you come to the taking off part where the zipline starts, you won't see any person there. No app could detect that one. The camera is, I think, 30 FPS, so that's why the speed was, you couldn't zoom it in. But you would see a person, big person, going on the zip line in the video. He's not there. So probably this video is taken long after. But that's also claimed to be the first video.
This is the first video of the attack.
Right when the incident started, it was made at that time. And the zipline guy's video also claimed the same thing. So it means these accidents happen at the same time. These camera shooting. But in one video, the zipline guy is missing. What did that tell you? So now check that zipline video of April 23rd. So the zipline guy's video was made the next day. And this probably will be from the actual shooting. Why? Again, I could be wrong, I could always be wrong. Look at the shadows. If you see the same tree in that guy's shadow, no matter what your angle of filming it is, a shadow will be casted in the similar manner. And it's not that I'm taking a picture from this side, the shadow will be different from that side, no. Shadows would be, so at about 13:50 p.m. in the location of the sun is towards the western side, and the sun sets at about 7 o'clock, 7:14. So this is right a little bit away from the middle. So at the time of real incident, at 13:50, the shadows should not be very long. The shadows should be short because the sun is on top of you. Now, no matter how you take a picture, you can't make the shadow longer. And this was not the extra zoomed in version of mode of camera he used. Was a normal mode 1.0x, not 0.5x. So that means that the camera lens, that means the shutter speed. So that was not that one. So the shadows were of normal size and they were a little longer than where the sun should actually be. So video number 1 was not shooted at the time of incident. That is very clear, because the sun location would not have been there. According to my assumption, it was about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Because the shadow is very long. The shadow of the trees are very long. Although you can't see the trampoline because the small trampoline is too small, so the shadow casted was not very long. But the tree shadow would tell us right away that this was at least 3 or 3:30 sun. And in video 2, you can see the sky is pretty cloudy. It's not bright shining, but in video 1, you would see the sky is bright clear, and even the sun is glowing on his helmet. But in video 2, you clearly see that it was cloudy. You can see clouds at the back. Maybe this guy's filters were too much. I could see his filters were too high. He couldn't catch the clouds in the back. The sky looked pretty white to me, not blue. But the sun is shining on his blue helmet. So these two videos were not of the same incident, not at the same time, same place, but not at the same time or the date even. So this was the evidence of these videos were not in the right time. So then there are many other videos too, but most of them are fake videos. So in this video, actually, I tried to tell Indian these script writers that, well, come on, man, I learned my YouTube editing skills from Indian YouTubers. They're very good at this, okay? I would praise them. There's no way that I should not praise my Indian buddies who actually help other people out to how to edit videos, how to make videos much better, you know. And the Indian YouTubers who actually teach people on how to make a video. Amazing. I would say I would rate them 9 out of 10. And the way they present their things. So you should have taken all these videos to a common, third-class YouTuber like me for the editing, so that I should synchronize all these things, and make you a video that would look, wow, there's been a bloodshed going on. And see, this is like he is claiming that the first shot was when he was on the zip line. The first shot was shot then, and you could hear just 3 of the shots. And on the way to the zip line, he said that he himself has seen 6 or 7 people dying. Hey, dude, there were only 3 or 4 gunshots we heard during your whole 50 seconds of adventure. We should call it adventure. We saw only 40 or 50 seconds. That's it. And yet, this guy is claiming to have this 5 people died, and then he made it to 17. And during these 50 seconds, I don't know whether he slowed the time down or what, during these 50 seconds, his family was interrogated, and his family heard everything, interrogated by the terrorists who were wearing military uniform, that who is a Hindu and who is not a Hindu, and they shot them. And then his family, his wife and his son were left away, and they were calling him from the other side with a simply normal voice. And he could not see any of that happening, but he saw 6 people being. He was nowhere on the ground. He was flying really high into the space. He was high, cocaine high. I mean, he was that excited. So, totally bunch of lies. Indian these script writers should do something better about that one. Consult me, I can make you better videos. So anyhow, this was all about my whole analysis on the video evidences India gave. So let's wait for the other evidences if they come up with something. So far we have not seen any bodies. Even the 2 dead ones have become alive zombies, and they have to come to social media and tell people, oh hello, we are not dead, we are alive. And this incident has to be probed by neutral umpires, and I hope that media will listen to Pakistan and give this investigation to the UN and let them come and investigate. Pakistan is open for that. Otherwise, we are a nuclear power, you're a nuclear power. Once that thing, unfortunately, we hope it doesn't start, but in retaliation, if it starts, there won't be anyone saying the name of Ram Nam Satya Hai.